Happy 4th of July! Today's 4th of July in America, where I currently reside in, and it's a celebration day. Today, my point of focus is going to be talking about the downfall of gender roles and, the downfall of both genders in modern society and how the modern man and modern woman have had their downfall. Starting off with the modern woman, I'll start off with the female gender and talk about how I think they fell off compared to the traditional woman and the roles of the modern woman and just the functioning of the modern woman versus the traditional woman in society. The traditional woman functioned to serve the man. She functioned to serve the man and take care of the man, But modern women, they believe that a man has to appease to them or provide to their every needs or just in short all they do is take from men. The traditional woman used to go after men of character, while modern women go after men of status. The modern woman has been sexualized and has been objective, they have been objectified and sexualized, and to an extent I can say that the modern woman has done that to themselves, taking into aspect how they dress or how they express themselves or their intentions to date. Their intentions within dating have changed as dating these days is more sexual compared to how it is emotional. The traditional woman valued emotional connection, while the modern woman values sexual connection because emotional connection has been packaged in a way that it has to be received through sexual connection. Modern women seek sexual gratification because they have been told that they can be equal to men and thus deserve the same they deserve to feel the same things that a man feels. So men are basically hardwired to we need sex more than women do, and we seek out sex more than women do. But the modern woman has been told that they can be equal to men. That means that they can have the same experiences as men and have sexualized relationships and their encounters with men such that they can acquire the same feelings that men do, because in modern society men and women are equal. The modern woman has become hyper independent and claims not to need men, yet men and women need each other both for society to function. Even in the role of a house, you will realize that most households that grow up with one parent households, they tend not to function very well. Either a child that does not have a father present at home will end up growing up and being emotionally immature or or lacking masculinity. There will be feminized men and they will be emotionally immature, while a household that has grown up without a mother in the home will lack traits such as empathy, caringness, and warmth, and they will be as if their attachment style will have issues. Most people with single parent homes usually end up growing up to have very messed up attachment styles. They will be avoidant or anxious or disorganized, but they will not be secure. They will not be secure partners. Even outside of the household and just regular dating, women need men because men provide things with women that women have to, or just things that make a woman feel good, even though they're not necessarily must-haves or necessities. But a man can provide a woman with things like appreciation, not validation, but appreciation. Men appreciate women and make women feel good about themselves. They compliment them, give women things like compliments. They emotional support, to women, and they also are great confidence and friends or advisors to women. But Women don't want to listen to modern women. They don't want to listen to the men anymore, and don't want to take advice from men anymore, which has made them to become spiteful towards men, and they've come up with terms like mansplaining to, um, eradicate the agenda of man leadership over the woman, such that men do not lead women anymore. And women, I would not say, even though some women can lead, I would not say it's their natural, um I wouldn't say it's their natural position, because women are not logical creatures, they're emotional creatures. So they're good at feeling, and feelers are good to responding towards events, while thinkers, logical creatures, are good at providing and catalyzing and stimulating things or events to happen. Now let's talk about the downfall of the modern man. The modern man has been uprooted from the household. The modern man has been uprooted from the role of, being a father in the household. This is because things like divorce have been situated to favor women, such that, they can gain from divorces. And this has split apart the household, such that men are losing from relationships because women are walking away with like properties and inheritances and like assets from like divorces and fortunes from like divorces. And this has weakened the modern man and has weakened his role in the household, because now the household is not stable anymore. The household has become unstable, and this has weakened the role of the father in the modern home. Modern women have been deemed as the prize, meaning that modern women have to be taken care of all the time, and this has solely stripped men of their roles and just made them providers. And this has provided a challenge to men, because now in society, all men do is pay for women's things. All men do is have to take care of women. Everything a man does is to appease to a woman's needs, which has made man have to go around looking after a woman and doing things to make a woman feel good and feel happy. But you can never make a woman feel satisfied, because nothing will ever satisfy a woman. And man has been stuck in a loop chasing the gratification of the woman's feelings and desires. The modern man has been feminized, and they have set agenda out towards the modern man, and some things which are controversial that some people may not like. It depends on who you are and contextually your beliefs as an individual. But me personally, I don't believe that men should be feminized, or should, um, not want to be men, or should become gay. They're making men become gay, and they're pushing out this whole gay agenda against men to weaken him, such that a man has less authority and power in the world, because they know that men are conquerors, and they're trying to limit the conquerors out there by pushing out this agenda that feminizes men and makes them weak. Men these days have not been taught survival skills. Men these days don't know how to change a car tire. Men these days don't know how to change their car oil. Men these days don't know how to do things in the house like plumbing, or take care of like issues such as manual labor, or like manual labor just around the work, or like doing things like chopping firewood, or just like doing things that men in the past used to do that would help around the house, or things that were supposed to be manly roles have been stripped away from them. And like as generations progress by, we've lost some of the skills that we used to know, or like be able to do. Men stopped doing things like hunting, or yard work, or gardening, or fishing, or those kinds of roles that men used to do that used to mean something anymore. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Men these days don't take care of their bodies, because there's all of this agenda out, like fast food and all these unhealthy lifestyle habits that men have adopted, such as sitting at home and playing video games all day, and just these lifestyle choices that men are making, that are making them unfit, and they're making them not to be strong and physically competent anymore. Men just are not capable of fighting anymore. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to take care of themselves physically. They don't have good dads. They don't have good lifestyle choices like, they drink too much, or they binge eat, or they watch anime too much, watch anime all day, or play video games all day, or just don't go outside anymore, and just have lost touch with like reality or the outside world, and have become, people that are just not capable of governing themselves, or like taking care of their minds and bodies. Men these days have become soft and are not in control of their feelings, or don't know how to regulate or control their feelings or emotions, or process their feelings or emotions. People don't know how to feel anymore, and they don't know how to process or feel their emotions anymore, and have let other people, such as other men and women, govern how they feel or think. And that has led to the downfall of men, because men don't know how to act anymore. And a man who doesn't know how to act is incapable of governing himself. Tell me more about some of the things or some of the issues that you feel have led to the downfall of gender roles within society, and just the functioning of the different genders within society. But that's how I see society these days, and how the modern man has downfall, or has had a downfall compared to the traditional man, and the modern woman has had their downfall as well compared to the traditional woman.